for those of you who are tuning in, this is supposed to be hey Aaron, this is supposed to be my interview for Sidewalk Talk, for their up and coming segment. And Pred, don't send me a live request. This is only for the Sidewalk Talk, sis. Oh my god. I'm waiting for her to join the live right now so that way we can start the interview. Yes! Yes!
Did it work?
Yes!
Yes!
Yay!
Finally! Okay.
Yes.
But this is going to be Sidewalk Talk's new segment about up-and-coming artists, and I get so lucky with interviewing Omar More Kismet. Is that your full name? Or did you come up with more?
I came up with More Kismet on my own with my mom. My real name is Omar Davis. That's
Well, how'd you come up with More Kismet?
So before More Kismet, I went through like four aliases before I reached More Kismet. First one was Tomorrow, which was spelled the number 2, the last 3 letters of my name, and the first initial of my first name. So it was 2MARO. I hated that though. It was cringe.
Why? That's actually pretty cool.
So it was all right, but I just didn't feel like it represented me as a person, you know?
Okay.
And so later on down the line, I rebranded to DJ Wondrous, all one word, all caps. And this is what made me want to change it from this one to the next one after. The O's were 0s and the E was a 3. You think it's cringe too. You think it's cringe too. No. You have that laugh undertone, meaning like, oh yeah, that's totally cool. Just kidding.
I just remember that time when I used to use the O's and the 3s for the E's. Oh my god. Are you living in California? You're born and raised there?
Yes, I was born in Tarzana and I currently live in Adelanto, which is in San Bernardino County.
Where is that, near LA at all?
Kind of like an hour away.
Oh, okay. So you have like, More is my son. Crimson Child Music says that.
Yes, Crimson Child is my dude. He's so amazing.
Is he your dad?
No, he's not my actual dad. No,
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. He's a friend of mine from Canada. He's absolutely insane at production.
I'm actually interviewing him in a couple weeks too. I'm pretty excited.
That's freaking awesome.
I know. I'm really excited, Yashar.
Yeah.
So 14 years old. What the hell? So like, okay, what year is that? Sophomore year?
I'm currently a freshman. I'm about to graduate from being a freshman in high school and become a sophomore. But
You're
yeah.
a freshman? You're a
in
freshman in high school.
I'm a freshman in high school doing this shit. Yep. It's excruciating, but it's fun.
Yeah. So like, okay, do your friends in high school know that you produce music and you're really freaking good at it?
Yes. A lot of them do know that I do music production. My best friend has been the most supportive of me out of everybody that I've met so far.
So are you pretty much kind of like a celebrity when you're walking down?
Not really. Not really. I'm literally just like a normal person, and like it's like my school life and my life as a music producer are 2 severely different aspects of my life. And it's just like sometimes I focus on one more than the other, and sometimes I let those 2 sides of my life intertwine occasionally, but even so, you know, I just stay in my lane.
Do your friends like EDM? Because I know back when I was in school, we were doing the punk rock phase, like Fall Out Boy.
I listen to a bunch of music outside of EDM, so that's just kind of my thing. Sometimes like my school life is just like other aspects of music, and then when I'm here just in my zone, I'm just like, okay, what can I make some weird sounds out of? and make a banger out of.
What were your friends' reactions and stuff? Like, why do you want to do that? Like, why do you want to produce music? Were they all pretty generally supportive with that?
You know, it was really hard to tell because I started when I was in like the 5th or 6th grade, I think.
What?
And yeah.
What in the world? What? Dude, like 5th or 6th grade? What was I doing? I was trying to make friends. I don't even think I had any hobbies when I was 5th or 6th grade. How did that even start?
So, I was listening to Calvin Harris's album Motion, and I was just like, damn, this stuff is really good. I want to see if I can try something like this or something of this nature. So I downloaded like the trial version of FL Studio on like the first laptop that I ever got. And I just started trying to see what I could do. And obviously, seeing as how I was like a little 8-9-year-old child starting out, I was obviously trash. But like doing it over the course of like 6-7 years has just been so crazy, just to see how much my production quality has evolved.
You've been doing this since 5th or 6th grade. Did you always stick with it? Or?
I was really consistent with it because I knew that if I gave up or if I stopped, then I would totally lose interest of it and focus on something else. And I love music. Like, music is a huge part of my life. Music is a huge part of my family and my bloodline. That's not something that goes away immediately. And so it's just something that I've gotten accustomed to, which is why I've been so persistent with it.
Are you so frustrated that you're only 14 and you can't even perform at like places? I'm sure you get so many opportunities.
Oh, that's the worst. That's literally actually, more recently, the way it's worked is that whenever I deal with bookings, it's negotiated like then and there that my mom has to come with me, otherwise I wouldn't be allowed entry in the venue. But other than that, people are like actually willing to.
What was the moments when you first heard that? Like, oh, by the way, your song just got played
by Boombox Cartel. Yeah. Okay, so the first time I found out, a friend of mine had went to Nocturnal Wonderland, and she texted me. And it was like, bro, Boombox Cartel played your Ghost Places reboot, and my exact reaction was this. I was shook, right? And I was like, yo, what the hell? Did you get a video? And she was like, no, I'm sorry. It was in the moment. I was like, in the moment, my ass, you could have gotten a video.
No, seriously.
But the first time I ever got a video, and I believe he's still in the chat. If not, I think he might have left. No, but AWJ Visual Arts, he went to a show of Boombox Cartels, and he got a video of it. And that's when I saw the first video of it. But what made it really special was finding out that I could like hear it for myself because they played it in Dia de los Muertos 3, which was insane.
Awesome. What do you do outside of producing music?
So outside of producing music, obviously I go to school and I have friends and we talk and stuff.
I have friends.
Well, yeah. Because that's everything that a music producer should have. But yeah. So, hey, what's up, my sweeper? Okay, so, yeah. So, my life is usually like outside of music. I literally just go to school on a regular basis. Every now and then, like on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, I have extracurricular clubs that I go to, one of which I'm the secretary of, so I kind of have to be there to kind of document everything. Yeah.
What are you the secretary of?
My school's Dungeons and Dragons Club.
Your school's Dungeons No
we
way!
We have the craziest clubs. No, like we have the best clubs. Like we have, let's see, we have GSA, we have Friday Night Live, Youth Action Coalition, Dungeons and Dragons, anime. We recently got a K-pop club, and see now you know you're having that exact face that I made when freaking RuPaul's got told my stuff out.
What? I went to the wrong high school. Everyone was like, too cool for me. I had to like be like a closet anime nerd.
Why? You could have gone to like your ASB advisor or something and asked, "Hi, so I know there are a lot of other anime nerds around campus. Can we start an anime club?" Like,
I went to a very like North Shore high school, so no one liked the stuff that I did. So everything that's cool now was not cool back then. So like me playing video games and stuff was not cool. It was just, wow.
But that's so weird because like everyone's like hopping on top of certain video games now, like freaking Smash Brothers and Anthem and Fortnite.
This is why I'm so frustrated because I feel like I should be like 10 years younger because I'd be the coolest person ever. What are some other challenges you face musically?
People believing that I actually do my own stuff and people believing that I'm actually 14. Those are the two most prominent issues.
Yeah. Honestly, when I was listening through your stuff, I was like, how does this kid come up with what he comes up with? How often do you work on music on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I usually, when I don't have clubs or like church or whatever, I normally spend about 4 to 5 hours working on music. Most times I can get like the initial concept of a song down in a little under 3 hours. So that's literally that. And then sometimes I have like finished projects that sometimes I just spend like sessions on just fixing up and fine tuning certain things. But nothing really too extravagant, I guess. Just to spend as much time as I can working on new ideas because I want to build up a catalog.
Backtrack to your mom. Your mom is so supportive in this music career, it seems like.
I love her so much.
Oh.
She's like my rock.
Honestly, like when was the first time you went to her and you were kind of like, Mom, I think I really want to do this as a career? And
I think it was when I finished my first song.
In fifth or sixth grade?
Yeah. And I showed it to her. And I was like, hey, Mom, I did something on the computer. I think you might like it. Showed it to her. She was in tears. And I was like, wait, this is trash. Why are you crying?
Oh, my God.
Because just the essence of it and the fact that I was so young doing it, I think that was what made her so emotional. It was like, oh my God, like my kid found what he wants to do most in life. And then most recently with all of the official remixes and stuff, like, oh my God, she was so supportive of me when the 404 remix came out on NSD and when the Full Speed remix came out. Like, I don't think you saw it, but there was this story that I recorded. She was literally standing outside the door. I was on my computer and I was working on music. She walks outside the door. I see the cover art of the remix EP on her phone, and she's just going like this. And I was like,
man, I want to meet your mom. So when you told her, she was totally on board. She's like, let's go full force into this whole thing.
Yes, because my mom, she said that the way she is as a parent is that she always wants to be supportive of whatever I do in a positive way. And when she found out that I wanted to do music production, she was very supportive of me. She was very loving. She helped me out. And more recently, she's been helping me with the more technical aspects of things. In addition to another friend of mine who has been helping me out a lot with some really huge things.
She sounds so awesome. Is she there? Is she with you? Can we
Yeah,
shout
she's
her out
with
real
me.
quick?
Yeah,
Is
she's.
she right
Shut
there?
up, mom. No, wait, no. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna unplug my headphones real quick. I will let you meet her. Okay.
Oh yes, we get to meet the mom. I'm so pumped for this right now.
So this is Gina, mom. This is
Hello.
Hi.
Mom.
I am Mama Kismet.
Oh, Mama Kismet, nice to meet you. We were just talking about how supportive you are, and I think it's amazing how supportive you are ever since like 5th, 6th grade when you like wanted to really commit to this. This is awesome.
No, actually, he was 5. He got his first laptop when he was 5.
Yeah.
When you were 5?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story.
Oh no!
No, please tell me a story. This is awesome.
I have to tell you this story. It's the best story ever. So when he was 4, he wanted to use my laptop. And so I let him use my laptop. No big deal, right? I didn't think it was a big deal. I gave him the rules. He was very good with following the rules, so no big deal. So when he was getting ready to turn 5, I asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and he said he wanted a laptop and a video camera, right? So I'm like, what is he going to do with a laptop? Well, let me tell you what he does with a laptop. At 4, he figured out how to use the webcam on my laptop that I didn't know I had. Did you catch that?
What?
I didn't know I had one. He figured out how to use it. Then he figured out how to take the video he shot of himself on my webcam and put it into a video editing software that I didn't know I had. Then, there's more. At 4. Then
Single digit age right here. What?
Yeah, at 4. Then, wait, it gets better. He asked for a DVD. So I gave him a DVD, and he burned the video file that he edited onto a DVD. And then he took the DVD and put it in the DVD player and watched it. So when he asked for a laptop, my mom was like, well, he uses your laptop, right? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, he never broke it, right? I'm like, yeah. She goes, he follows all your rules, right? I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, then buy him a laptop. So at 5, he got a laptop and a video camera.
Lester says anything come for him.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah. So that's it. That was the big at 4. That's the beginning of more kids. That's the beginning of more. That's how it started.
So you just knew this was just something he had to do. That's awesome.
And then when he was in the 4th grade, when he was in the 4th grade, he had a teacher who told me that she had been teaching for 25 years, and she only had one other student ever in her 25 years of teaching who knew what they wanted to do with their life career-wise when they were in the 4th grade. She said that kid actually went on to do what he said he was going to do. And she told me if I nurtured and supported everything that he did, he would accomplish everything in his heart that he wanted to do when he was in the 4th grade. And so I was always supportive, but I've been extra supportive since then. And he's a great kid. He's a great kid. He's been on the honor roll since he was in the 3rd grade. So he gets excellent grades. He is doesn't get in trouble, not a troublemaker. He's he's so sweet. He's so sweet, you guys. He's so sweet.
He is so sweet. And he's addicting to just watch and follow.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
His thing. And he's 14. So now that you're telling me 4 years old, I was mind blown. He's just like the big thing.
Yeah.
Are you so proud of him about everything that he's doing right now?
I really am all the time. And you know, it's funny. I think like I've been watching him do amazing things since he was 3, and you would think that he couldn't do anything else to amaze me, but ever so often he just shoots something out there, and I'm just like,
everyone's having that reaction today.
Yeah.
Oh, the entire time. It's my face. That's my face the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man.
He's amazing. He's amazing. And I'm not just saying that because he really is amazing.
He is. He's gonna be all the way up here. I can see it.
Shooting for the stars. Okay, let me give you your video thing back.
Okay.
Thank you, Mama Kismet. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nice meeting you.
All right.
Oh, she is the greatest person ever.
I know, right? Oh my God, she's so amazing. I told you, she's so supportive of me as a person and as a music producer. I literally cannot be more grateful.
Clever.
Dude, your face the whole time. Your face the whole time had me dead. You were just all like.
It was amazing. If you could perform at anywhere, any festival or country, where would it be?
Country, definitely Australia. Okay, so good. You're giving me a few. So Australia, okay, Chinese Laundry, Courtyard, and The Wall. All three of those, I want to hit up those places because a lot of my Australian friends go to those primary places. I would kill to play there. I'm in like a group chat with over 90 producers, the majority of which are from Australia and New Zealand.
Really? Interesting.
Yep. There are only very few from like other places. Like we recently added Chris Chan, who's from Germany, and a couple other people from America, and another person from Germany. But that's only it. Everybody else is from like Australia and New Zealand. Crazy.
Have you traveled to other countries before? Or
no, I've never traveled to another country before, and I probably won't be able to. Nope, until I get my passport.
Oh my God, I keep forgetting. I'm like, why don't you have a... Who's your biggest inspiration?
Believe it or not, definitely Audion and Pixel Terror. And I actually do know Alan Mock. I would love to collab with him, honestly. That would be insane. But yeah, it's primarily Audion, Pixel Terror, and Reiki San. It's those three because they all have such distinct styles, but they all manage to do so well in other genres, and their versatility truly shows. That's where I kind of want to take myself, especially with this EP, because it combines like a lot of the sultry like R&B or melodic stuff with like hard-hitting bangers and, you know, just other cool heavy stuff. I think it's like the perfect fusion of both of those worlds, which is why I'm so excited for everybody to hear it.
What software do you use?
Okay, so I currently use FL20.
Okay.
And I've been using it for several weeks actually, because I only recently got the update after NAMM. And yeah, so hold on. So yeah. To answer Ed's question, I will probably be using more vocals on my tracks soon. I just haven't gotten the opportunity to do like writing sessions yet, but I will be soon. So I was working on like this bootleg makeshift remix of freaking Seven Rings by Ariana Grande. And like it's literally just this so far, but this is literally just like what my work surface is like in FL. Just the mixer channel, you know, nothing too big.
Do you work on music just primarily at home, or do you go to a studio sometimes? Or
I only work on music at home because I don't have the time, money, or resources to go to a studio.
Okay.
Occasionally I do. The last time I went to a studio, it was before New Year's Eve. I went to the Icon Collective studio, and I sat in there with a couple of the guys who go there, who enjoy my music. I went there with my best friend and my mom, and we just sat in there for a couple hours and chatted and did music, and we just popped out. But yeah, that's literally it.
What's your plan after high school?
I would like to go to college because another discrete passion of mine, I love creative writing, like screenwriting and stuff like that. Yes, I love screenwriting. It's so much fun.
That's awesome.
For me. Yeah, it is such a blast for me. Just a craft, fresh new story for like TV or film. And while my scripts may never be used, I still enjoy writing them. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, okay. I'm doing a film project with my friend that him and I would love to submit or pitch to Adult Swim, but we never got around to like finishing up the pitch Bible and like arranging when we can meet up. But I am actually planning a trip to go to New Jersey in like July or so for summer break. So we'll see what happens. Because all else fails, I'm definitely meeting up with him so we can finish it up and try and arrange a day where we can just go like, what's up? We made this. And, I want to go to CSUSB for like maybe 2 years to learn about like business or like creative writing if they have any classes there. And then possibly maybe going to, I was thinking about going to Juilliard, but that's expensive as fuck and I can't do that. But I was probably thinking about going to like maybe a visual effects class so that way I can learn how to do my own CGI and stuff like that. So that way I could also save more money and, you know, like not have to pay anybody for visuals so I could do my own. I would like to invest in some other plugins, like maybe some of the output plugins like Arcade and Signal, because I've heard those are really good. One thing I have heard about Signal plugins, output plugins, is that once you use that sound, it's almost like you're kind of supposed to build around that one sound that you made using that plugin. And that isn't really an issue for me as I just do that anyway. But, you know, it's not really a pressing issue, and I would like it because it has some amazing sounds in it that I would love to manipulate and work around in my own way to just make something crazy and new and unheard.
What laptop are you using?
An old ass one.
Old ass one.
So this is my laptop. I forgot what it is, but it's a Dell Inspiron something, and I forgot what it was, but this computer is like it's like a computer from like the 2000s with 2011 software, 2011 like Windows software, and 2018, 2019 files and software.
And you're making kick-ass music with that too. You guys have any if you guys have any questions for I can't talk today. When are we getting more Kismet?
More Kismet mid-tempo. Oh, I know this is a joking question, but I've actually contemplated making mid-tempo before.
You sure?
Because I'd actually love to make a mid-tempo track at some point and just, you know, not be 1788L, but I mean, it just depends on how I go about it. How do you like to go about manipulating your sounds? So normally how I go about making new sounds is I start off by seeing what sounds that would be good to manipulate and resample. So like for instance, like a pluck sample or like a bass or like an 808. Like say for an 808, because I've made like sounds out of just straight up like sine waves before. So I literally just take those sounds and then from there I see what I can do with FL stock VSTs first, and then I go about creating it more and more and layering, and then just, I guess, chopping it up and seeing where certain parts fit. And then from there, it's just doing the same process over and over again to create more sounds. Are you on someone?
Oh, wait, look. Yeah. Candy said, let's hit it.
Oh, bet. I'm going to DM you after this. You know what? I'm going to screenshot this just to make sure. It was like, yep. I just saved that screenshot's on my phone. So in the event that I messaged her, I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And it was like, "Hi, I'm
Once
sorry.
I hear this
Who
collab,
are you?"
I'm going to be like, I was there when they agreed to do this.
Okay.
If you could offer any advice at all to producers or life advice, anything, as a 14-year-old, what would it be?
I have been asked this question a lot in other interviews that I've done, like for like song premieres or mix premieres and stuff of that nature. One thing I would just say, I always say this, is to just continue to better yourself, not just as a person, but as a music producer. Because in the end, your personality is what drastically affects your music. Like if you're happy, that emotion is going to go into a happy song. If you're sad, that emotion is going to go into a depressing song. It just depends on where you want to take your music. And for me, it's just all over the place. Like sometimes I'm feeling happy, sometimes I'm feeling down, and you know, it's literally just it's so weird. I've been producing for 7 years, and never in my life have I been more emotionally unstable than I have been ever in my life. This is very clearly shown in a lot of my songs. Like obviously, my song Opposites, which is the first song I ever did vocals on, that was, sure, it was a banger, but like at the same time, it has the sections with my vocals on it with lyrics that actually mean something to me. The song is about people who look down on you, talk shit about you, and it's like, I say none of this stuff about you. I think you're amazing. I think you're incredible, and I would love for you to hear my music and stuff of that nature. And it's just like, we're polar opposites. Like, you don't like me, but I like you. It's almost like a relationship as well. So this could have two completely different meanings, but both have the exact same line. Like, we're polar opposites. It's just two separate realms of emotions and things going on in your mind that drastically affect who you are as a person, and can also drastically affect your music and your career. And so one thing I would say is do your level best to maintain a positive attitude, and that will definitely show in your music, because when you're positive, that means that you'll have more energy to put into ensuring that your music is top notch and is good and is something that you're truly proud of. So how I go about layering my sounds, I usually start off, whenever I do layer, because I usually just start off with one primary sound and just beef that up. Whenever I do layer, I just try to make it as intricate as possible, to where if I do like multiple layers of a certain sound, it's like it goes through well. So hold on. I'm sure of it that this shit is not charging at all, but snippet of the second drop of a new song that I'm working on.
Ooh.
Here. So the do, that's another layer of the whoa bass, but ran through ring modulation and resonancy processing, and I just kind of filtered that out the same way that whoop was filtered out, and layered that on top. How I went about layering it was I only wanted to make that specific frequency stand out. So I consolidated the higher overtoned one, reprocessed it, and filtered it out to where it was only going to be that overtoned frequency and that high frequency so that it sounds like this. Wait, nope, not that. Here. How do you process your kicks? They're always thick, and I can never get mine to sound as good. Okay, you want to know my secret?
How the fuck, bro?
All right. Here. Here's my secret. Say you have this kick. It's bland and is barely hitting on the spectrum. Simply go like this. And you have volume in your
There you go.
That's literally how I do that. I don't process my kicks under any like mastering chain or whatever. I literally just turn the volume all the freaking way up. Okay, so I think it ended unexpectedly. There was no timer. Gina back in so we can finish this up. Oh, okay, but yeah, anyway, while she's not here, I'm just gonna, I know it ended, that's why I restarted it, but anyway. So, fun fact about this track, and I actually appreciate Leotrix joining. This is so weird. This is the first track that I ever sent Leotrix to collaborate on. And we never ended up working on it, so I just ended up finishing it on my own.
How does your post-processing go?
Usually I start off, like whenever it's like a really heavy bass sound, I normally start off with a fruity parametric EQ just to to boost certain frequencies of the sound that I feel like are missing. And then I go back in with my stock compressor in FL Soundgodizer. That works really well to compress the sound and make it really heavy. And then I go back in using another parametric EQ just to kind of tone it down a little bit. What is your favorite VST to take your audio to a different level? Where do I see myself in 3 years? I see myself in 3 years at an age where I'll be able to play shows. Yep, it's my remix of Changing by Lax. Hey,
wow.
Thanks, Prototype. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
Man. Wait,
but,
like Lax City, have you ever had Korean food and Japanese food?
No.
Oh my god. What?
I want to try some like actual ramen. The last time I had ramen, it was a freaking instant lunch cup.
Yo, you're like an hour away from LA. What are you doing?
What am I doing? Right music without a car.
Next time I am dragging you and Josh, and we are going to have some Korean food.
Bet.
In LA, seriously.
Bet. When Josh comes out here to California, we are so going to like your favorite we're still going to your favorite Korean food place. Like,
I'm kidding. But
yes,
thank
that
you,
is amazing.
Omar. Thank you so much for doing this interview. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. It really means the world to me that you even want to.
See you soon, though, in person.
Yes.
When we go eat and stuff our faces.
August. Save the date. August.
I will. But thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.